A lot of us grew up only hearing tales and stories of the legendary Samuel Okwaraji who died in action for Nigeria against Angola. Have you heard about the Super Eagles player that lost his life while playing for Nigeria? In case you've not, kindly pull a chair, sit back, relax while I give you the full details of Nigeria's legendary footballer Samuel Okwaraji who died in action for Nigeria. He was actually known as Samuel Sochukwuma Okwaraji, one of Nigeria's football stars that slumped on the football pitch and never got up again in August 12, 1989. Sam Okwaraji, as popularly called, was a professional footballer who played internationally for Nigeria. Surprisingly, he was also a qualified lawyer who had a master's in international law from the Pontifical Lateran University of Rome. Fatherless at age 5, mother still saved up to send him to Italy to study because of his exceptional brilliance. By the time he was 23 years old, he had already gotten both his BSc and MSc in law, and at 25, he was going for his doctorate degree in law. However, something happened. Outside his love for education, he loved football and decided to play professionally. He started his career in Ukraine at the age of 21 before going on to play for 3 other clubs. In 1988, he was called to play for the Nigerian national team. That's where the problem started. His clubs were not in support of him traveling to play for Nigeria, and he had this to say: "I am a lawyer, and you signed me to play football for certain conditions, but I don't think it included reselling my services to my country. You or your club cannot stop me from playing for my country. Let me tell you, I am going to represent my country whether you like it or not." These were the exact words of Samuel Okwaraji. He continued representing Nigeria against the wishes of his club. He flew himself to and fro matches for Nigeria and refused match bonuses because he felt it was an honor. His club still didn't like it, but he still persisted. On the 12th of August 1989, sadly, during the Nigeria vs Angola in Lagos, it happened. On the 77th minute, he slumped and never got up, and by the time he got to the hospital, he had died. But was it how simple Samuel Okwaraji died? No. Sit back and let me give you a full gist of what had transpired that afternoon. On that hot and dry Saturday of August 12, 1989, Nigerians never knew that they were walking through the valley of death, trooping out in thousands. Soccer-loving Nigerians filled everywhere or every space available at the National Stadium Surulere 4 hours before the commencement of an important soccer game for the Green Eagles of Nigeria. The match was actually between the Green Eagles of Nigeria versus the Angola national team in what was supposed to be as the second to the last Group C match in the African zone of the Italian 90 World Cup qualifying series, having lost 1-2 away to Gabon. It was a match that Green Eagles must win to stay in the contention for the World Cup ticket, which its arch-rival Cameroon was also seriously fighting for. With all the seats taken at the national stadium, some Nigerians who couldn't make it to the national stadium were glued to their father's 19-inch TV set and Panasonic radio for the live telecast and commentary of the match in a newspaper-littered sitting room.
While he was playing for Nigeria in a second-round World Cup qualifier match, Group C Italia World Cup against Angola, Samuel Okwaraji slumped on the pitch and died immediately. It was 77 minutes into the match, right there in front of 20,000 Nigerians at the main bowl of the National Stadium Surulere, Lagos. The Green Eagles were thrown into disarray while the Palancas Negras of Angola forgot the competition and joined in the futile attempt to revive him. His body was then taken to the National Stadium Clinic, where he was covered up, and from there to the General Hospital. The thousands of Nigerians who came to cheer him to glory left the stadium under a dark cloud of grief. Many would never forget that ominous day. It was just 10 minutes to the final whistle. Okwaraji was 25. Autopsy revealed he died from high blood pressure-induced congestive heart failure, which occurs when the heart is unable to provide sufficient pump action to ensure enough blood goes around the body. His heart was discovered to be enlarged, not a good sign in medicine. Okwaraji literally played his heart out for Nigeria. Shockingly, he had just signed a $500,000 contract with Beckham FC of Antwerp, Belgium. Upon hearing the sad news on the 12th of August 1989, the entire Umudioka community in Imo State was thrown into understandable sorrow and mourning. Umudioka had lost one of its brightest stars, but as the saying goes, there is no place like home. The saddened and bereaved people of the community came together and organized a most befitting burial for the true Nigerian hero. The traditional ruler of Umudioka, Igwe Solomon Nwafo, at the time, now of blessed memory, coordinated a very impressive event which ensured that thousands of Umodioka children at home and abroad came home to honor one of their own sons. The Igwe at the time was supported by other prominent figures in the community. Millions of Nigerians mourned his passing, with many musicians like General Collington, Anyila, and Oliver the Coke waxing songs in his honor. On the 12th of August 2009, the then governor of Lagos State unveiled a concrete bust of Samuel Okwaraji in the rededicated memorial garden in his honor in front of the same stadium where he died. In 2012, in Sammy's Booth, a sport movie was made in his honor by 360 Degrees Entertainment. The movie was specially made for children. Former NFA chairman Captain Obakpolo was so moved and touched by Okwaraji's patriotism that he proposed that the 12th of August, on which he died, be made a national patriotic day. Sam Okwaraji until this day is remembered for his patriotism to his country Nigeria and how he died in action for Nigeria. These were the legends that lived before the likes of Kanu Nwankwo, Okocha, Rashidi Yakini, and the rest. Guys, do well to drop your honest comment. Tell us what you think. Don't forget to subscribe and share. Thank you.